Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank RAI for the opportunity they have given us to present today. If you are expecting a very technology product focused presentation, you are going to be disappointed. I'm going to talk about what's happening in retail industry, what are the trends, and where the technology innovation can be leveraged in the retail industry to deliver a better service. So just to introduce myself, my name is Raguneethan. I look after the retail and distribution industry for Asia and Japan region for Microsoft. I spend a lot of time meeting a lot of retailers across the region, from Australia, China, to India and ASEAN. And every retailer, every sub-vertical, micro-vertical, their challenges, the business requirements are different. And so it is key as retailer, you need to really understand what's your core focus, how do you differentiate yourself, and what you want to deliver to your customers and consumers, and see how technology can help you to achieve that. And it's not vice versa. Just get a technology and hope that everything is going to be fixed, right? We're going to take a step back and have a look at what is being happening or what's the past from our perspective. If you look at retail industry, it's evolved in the beginning there were shops, places we could, we go walk into the brick and mortar stores and we know that's what we buy. And we go to the shop, we browse, and the product we like, we buy it. And this has been the case not just past 20 years ago, but decades, centuries. And this model worked pretty well for centuries. There was a relevant scenario, less than, it's pretty relevant even 20 years ago. But the change happened with the invent of internet, and followed by social media, followed by mobility, smartphones, and the retail paradigm completely changed. And so if you look at what retailers were focused, it's all about internal focus predominantly. How do I optimize my supply chain? How do I grow my stores through setting up new stores, physical stores to reach the consumers? How do I reduce my inventory? Or how do I increase my range? And how do I source the right product and make the product available on the shelves? These are the problems retailers were trying to address. And while that is still relevant and you need to have that, but that's not what you need to move forward and be competitive in the next coming years. And most of the people we meet, they ask, so what do you see is the trends happening in retail industry? The major trends shaping up to face the industry. What's the landscape? What do you think is the biggest transformations shifting going to happen in next 20 years? And it's nicely put it by Harvard Business Review. As you can see, unless the conventional merchants adapt an entirely new perspective on technology, allow them to integrate disparate systems, you will be challenged. You really need to have an omni-channel strategy to serve these modern consumers. Okay, they are more empowered now. And let's take a look at it. What does that mean? If you look at some of the trends, 56% of the consumers today research the brand on the Facebook before they buy. Okay? These percentages might change by different region, country or territory, but it's predominantly same. Retailers estimate 40% of the brick and mortar sales are influenced by their online presence. So if you don't have an online presence, 40% of the customers might not come to your store. 75% of the consumers still like to buy the product in the shop. And there's no surprise there. Because if you look at the last 10 years growth, online e-commerce business is probably doubled or tripled. No, not 40% or 50% growth. But if you look at the square feet stores expansion, it's actually doubled. So it's 100% growth in the new stores which the retailers have set up versus what the online sales is doing. So there is a definite trend. So it is not that one or nothing, you have only one channel and hope. You really need to have an integrated strategy. So if you were to look at what's on the mind of the retailers today, one of the biggest challenges is the average consumer to an empowered consumer.